I grew up not having a father, so I looked at him as my father figure. It just like kind of like made me uncomfortable with trying to open up to other new relationships, because now I feel like everybody is the same way.
What's up, loyal family? Welcome back to another video. And guys, as we promised, guys, this is something brand new that we are doing. And baby, tell them what we promised them.
So guys, we promised you guys we will be doing like a car talk show, and we have a special guest with us, Louis.
All right, so we're a special guest.
What's up, loyal family? What's going on? Hi, boy.
Hi.
Oh.
So great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited for this talk and this conversation.
Listen, thank you for coming on. This is our first episode, first series of the talk car show, and we're going to talk about relationship. We're going to keep it raw, open, and interested. Feel comfortable. Don't speak on anything that you're not comfortable speaking about. All right, so first and foremost, where you from?
I'm originally from Worcester, but I moved out to Boston, so now I'm living in Boston right now, Boston area.
Nice.
Yeah.
Guys, he drove all the way from Boston to be with us right now. All the way from Boston, so I gotta give it to you, man.
No, I appreciate
out.
you guys taking some time to really have me here, and I really appreciate being one of the first ones here, you know, so
It's exciting.
yeah,
Right?
it is very much exciting. I'm trying to keep it trying to keep it to a right level, because sometimes that could be a little too much. But I'm so ready for this conversation. I'm ready to tell you guys my experience and just tell you guys how I came through it.
All right, so it's two things. Like, we starting off, it's a brand new thing for us, so we're starting off slowly, but the basic of it is to, like, for example, to help people out there in relationship, probably been through the same thing that you've been through. It could go both way with us, trying to help you, probably a relationship advice that you probably need. If not, maybe an experience that you've been through and you want to give advice to the world and even to us, you know, because we learn every day.
Yeah.
So today we're here with Louis, guys. So how you feeling, man? You feel good?
Yeah, I feel great. I feel amazing. I'm like, it's my day off. I normally work on the weekends, so it feels good to have it off and to spend it with, come on, who else better than the loyal family? Come on, man. Like, you have to, like, you have to appreciate that. I really do appreciate it so much. So
How was the ride? How long was it?
The ride actually wasn't so bad. It wasn't so bad. No, it was actually smooth. I thought hitting New York was gonna be kind of bad. But is this like New York? This is like New York.
Yeah,
how far from Times Square are we?
Oh, you're like 30 minutes.
40 minutes.
Oh, so I guess we partying after this, period.
No, you have to go visit Times Square. Like, come on.
Yes, I'm definitely gonna check out Times Square.
And the only thing that it makes it long is probably traffic. But
especially right now.
Literally no traffic. You're like
30 minutes, yeah.
30 minutes.
Right.
But with
Definitely
traffic,
hitting
it's
on
like an
Times
hour.
Square. I'm gonna vent it all out, get it out my chest, and then I'm gonna go have me a cold one.
Exactly.
Like we say back at home, period.
Alright.
So are you in a relationship right now?
Right now, no. I'm actually single. I've been single for about I would say 4 years now.
Wow.
Okay.
And I could explain as we talk why I've been single for so long.
Yeah, we're gonna get right into it. Why you choose to be single, or are you?
I feel like my past relationship I've been in, I was in a relationship with someone for almost 9 years, and it was a good relationship, but then it wasn't. It was like on and off kind of thing, but it was very toxic.
Toxic. Define toxic. What make the relationship so toxic?
Being someone so giving as in myself, I'm all about making sure that my other half dedicates to what they want to do, and I kind of put myself in the sideburn, and then I forget about me, so I dedicate to them, and I feel like they kind of didn't appreciate it. It took advantage of that situation, if you know what I mean. So they became controlling.
So did that damage you after? Like, affect your mental in any form or shape?
I feel like mentally it did affect me, just because alright guys, I'm not gonna like get into my feelings too much, but it's a really it's a really touching subject for me. I really love who I am today, and if it wasn't for this person, I would not be who I am today. So it really actually taught me so much, but it really also broke me down so much, and by me saying breaking me down, it just like kind of like made me uncomfortable with trying to open up to other new relationships, because now I feel like everybody is the same way.
Right. So it's like a trauma behind it.
It's a trauma. It is, because now it's like I see one little sign and it's nothing crazy, and I'll be like, nope, that's it. And it just like pushes me away from getting to know somebody, you know?
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's really tough, because I don't know if I told you guys, but being in the gay community and LGBT, it's like hard trying to date other guys, because it's like they only look for one thing. And it's like when you get older, I just turned 31.
Right.
So it's like I want more in a relationship than just the fun, you know? I want to be able to start a family, have kids, like grow together. And I feel like my ex kind of like took that from me. And now I'm like slowly trying to like repair myself and put myself together because of the trauma that I experienced and stuff like that with him.
So is your ex currently in a relationship?
Yes.
And how do you feel about that?
I would say I haven't been with my ex in 4 years, but those 2 years were tough. And let me not sit here and be a hypocrite, y'all, because it's like the whole stalking, the whole going through their Facebook page, going through Instagram, seeing who they're texting, this, that. I did that. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I found out my ex had a relationship, because I ended up finding who he was dating, and then I was like low-key stalking like a different whole page. You guys can't tell me that no one's done that. We all have done that. How I feel about that, I'm actually, what I would say how I felt 2 years before is I felt hurt. What I would say now, 4 years later, I would say I'm actually happy for him.
Okay.
You know, and then sometimes I do question myself. I'm like, did he really love me? Because sometimes people are so easy to move on so fast, you know? But it's like, at the same time, it's like, you can't make him feel how I feel.
Right.
So it's like, just because I didn't move on doesn't mean that it's not okay for him to move on. You know?
Right.
And this goes for straight relationships, gay relationships. Like it's all same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We all have that healing process, and it takes time. Sometimes it takes longer for others. So I guess I'm still healing from the situation.
Wow. 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
So how long was the relationship? I know you said it. How long was it?
It was eight and a half years.
8.5 years. And you say you've been toxic. So when was that breaking point where you say that, listen, this is it, I'm not doing it no more? Like, you get to that point where this is it. Because you know, sometimes toxic relationship goes for like years, keep going on, same cycle.
Yeah, bro.
So there's a point where you say, you know what, I can't take this no more. What really happened where you get to that breaking point?
I feel like the getting into the drugs situation, you know, my ex had a drug problem, and it wasn't as bad in the beginning because I was able to balance it with him and be okay with the situation, because it's at the same time you can't change someone overnight. You gotta be able to give, like, if you love someone, you're gonna ride it out with them, and you're gonna try your best to try to slowly take it away from them and be like, hey babe, like, we should do this more, try to entertain them more, do other activities that could distract them more. And what really made me be like, you know what, this is it, what it is my rent being late. We used to go half on rent, car payments wasn't being paid. He will not show up at the house for like 3 days. He'll be gone for like 3 days. And he'll show up and act like everything was fine. It's like, hey man, I'm like, what do you mean? Where were you back? Like, where have you been those 3 days? You know, like, oh no, like my boy. It was always an excuse every single time. And I feel like I told you guys, 8 years later, it was okay for me, because him staying out was my getaway. It was my time to go see my friends. It was my me time. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of effing up, like, I don't know if I can sway here, but it's kind of effed up how people process that. What I mean by saying toxic, because now you start finding different ways of like doing your own thing. So it's like, yeah, go ahead, stay out, and then come back, and then we're playing happy home with our family, like everything is fine, but we're actually going through this whole thing. So one day I literally just packed up my car, I called Mondo up. Shout out to you, Mondo, if you see me, period. I called Mondo up and I was like, yo, Mondo, homeboy is acting up. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, yo, he did it again. I'm like, what did he do? Oh, he didn't show up. His rent hasn't been paid. He hasn't showed up. He goes, what you trying to do? I'm like, you know what, we're gonna U-Haul truck, and when I'm out, I literally put all my stuff in a U-Haul truck. I literally went straight to Mondo's house, and I crashed in his couch for like almost 6 months. And I told myself, I'm like, this is not me. I'm known to have my things together, but I was like, this is what I had to go through to get away from that relationship. 6 months later, I crashed out on Mondo's mom's couch, and I literally got myself all together within those 6 months, fighting, sleeping at night, crying at night, stressing, wanted to really call him, see where he's at, what he's doing. But I was forcing myself to be like, nah, this is not it. It's just, it's toxic. I can't keep doing this. I gotta let it go. I gotta let it go. And so much it's easier said than done, but it's tough. So I understand people out there that really are going through same situations. It's easy once you put your focus to it, because you know it's gonna be repeating the same thing. You're like, oh no, he's gonna change or she's gonna change. It's gonna be the same cycle, like you said earlier, just the same cycle happening all the time.
So how was your communication in the relationship? Was your communication between each other effective enough where you complain about something that you don't like? Was he willing to work on it to fix the problem, or he just neglected?
I think he did it to shut me out. Does that make sense? I feel like he did it to
not hear your mouth.
To not hear my mouth. Thank you. Like to just be like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
So he say it, but don't literally do it.
Never did it.
Oh, so just say it to just shut you up.
He would just be like, yo, so I'll do what you want me to do, and I'm like, all right, bet, cool. And this is 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4, and I can make a whole song out of it because it just kept happening. And it was just like, then I'm like, you know what? It's just a cycle.
A cycle.
So it's like he would never, our communication was just complete. It was just so good in the beginning. And I don't regret anything in my relationship.
Right.
I don't. I honestly, like I said earlier, I've learned so much from it. But it made me such a tough person. And I kind of like, I don't want to use the word hate, but I kind of dislike that. I dislike that because now it's not fair to everybody else.
So now you're walking with a shield.
A shield, yep. And I don't know how to take that shield down.
You said just one thing, and you like, this is not it.
This is not it.
Just
that person could just do one thing, and it would just bring me like PTSD. I'm like,
this is not, gotta go.
I become a track star. She's a track star. Like I'll be out. Like I can't, and it's tough because it's like I really wanna be with somebody. I do. I feel like I got my shit together. But like I get nervous just talking about it because it really freaks me out. It really freaks me out. It's just like you just don't know the person, and like in the beginning it's always good, but then in the end it's just like you really get to see their true colors. So, but that relationship was something that I've learned so much from, and I'm talking about from abuse. I'm talking about mentally, physically, emotionally. I'm talking about being younger. This person at the time, I met him at 17. We started like moving in at 20, but when I met him at 17, he was 26. So I lied my age. When I met him at the club, I told him that I was over age because mind you, I was at the club, so you have to be over the 18.
Right.
So when I met him, I was at the club, but then when my birthday came around that December, it was birthday, happy birthday, my sisters came around, and then they kind of actually snitched me out. It's like, oh, you're turning actually 18, not 19. So that's how he found out my age, but ever since he's still writing it out with me because we've been talking for that long. Right. So then we ended up moving in together, and I feel like he kind of like controlled my young mind. I grew up not having a father, so I looked at him as my father figure. So I've learned so much from him, from sticking up to myself, the fighting and all that. He taught me how to like really, if someone talks down to you, you gotta, you know, defend yourself. Like he's taught me so much, but he's very much toxic. Right.
So I see exactly where, like you said, you not having a father figure around, he kind of replaced that.
He did. He replaced that.
And that's where you were seeking all your love from. You know. I was. And you just get lost into it, even though he was teaching you a lot as a father. You get lost into his toxic chase, and you think that was okay, like it was normal, like, you know, until you actually find and realize that this is not normal. You're going to sleep unhappy, crying, and you notice that that's not really happiness, you know, because I mean you're gonna have good times and bad times, but when the bad overthrow the good, then it's like, what are we really doing, you know? That's exactly what happened. I'm happy that you are at a better place in your life right now, knowing that you overcame that situation. You know, I don't wish on nobody, like everybody deserves to be happy. I know every day not gonna be a happy day, you know what I'm saying? Some day got bad days, but the bad days should never be more than just the day. You know what I'm saying? Than just the day, you know? So
there's more to it.
A big part of it is you finding yourself. So you've been single for 4 years, right?
4 years, bro. Like, who's single? Like, I'm ready, y'all. Like, I'm gonna, to be honest, I'm a little too much sometimes, y'all. Like, when I really get too comfortable, I'm like the life of the party. I'm just a little too extra. But I'm loving and caring and giving, and I'm all about family, and I'm all about love, and I'm all about respect and being real. Like, one thing about me, I'm just so real. Like, you know, like, I don't try to beat around the bush, and I tell you exactly what it is. So, by me overcoming that, I just like.
You feel good. That's right. That's right. You
I
gotta
do.
tap
Good.
yourself
That's good,
on the
man.
back. So what's your sign?
Capricorn.
Oh, like my daughters and
Yeah,
my
oh
mom.
my god. I love the girls. I love them so much.
So,
But
when's your birthday exactly?
December 26th.
Oh, my mom's birthday.
Wow, yeah, that's my birthday.
Wow, you right after Christmas. What a gift.
Yup. Right after
Hello.
Christmas. And for this year, for my birthday, because, you know, people be like, oh my god, your birthday's right after Christmas. Do you get gifts? One thing on my ex, I would say, yes, that relationship, he always made sure that my birthday was always great.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm not about material things. I could spoil myself. I work hard for my own things. But it's nice to have someone that really thinks about you and be like, here you go, babe. This is for you. You know what I'm saying? But it's been 4 years. I'm tired of spoiling myself. But I'm a Capricorn, so I'm very go-getter. Like, I'm all about really focused go-getter. And, I mean, your mine's a Capricorn.
Yeah.
So, you know how Capricorns
My
are.
kids.
We're very emotional. We're very sensitive. But we're very tough at the same time. That's my definition for a Capricorn for a guy. I don't know a female Capricorn.
My
Pero
sister's the same way. Crystal.
Crystal!
Capricorn.
She's a real one too.
Yeah, she's a Capricorn.
She's a real one. Oh my god.
So what would you say? Do you feel like age is a big factor when it comes to relationships? Do you think it would be fair if a young girl dates an older guy, or vice versa?
I would see. Because to me, I would be like, if a young girl dated an older guy, I'd be like, nah, that's not cute. I wouldn't think that's okay.
Right.
Because I feel like that older guy is gonna. Well, see, then you never know neither. See, because now I'm gonna look at my relationship, how I got controlled. You know, so you never know. But
it is possible, you being that young, you was able to
Young
get
and
control.
naive.
I was able to get control, but like 9 years later.
Yeah.
Because I was so scared. You know, I was so. They were much older than me that I felt like everything they said was right, because you always want to learn from someone different. You know? But to answer your question, I'll probably be like, I think I will probably have to say it's okay if the person that female is dating, it's a good person.
Right.
Right.
And then vice versa, if a guy is dating an older girl, to me I'll be like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. But it's always tougher for me because I do have 12 nephews and nieces, and they're all females, and my nieces are now hitting 16-year-old 15-year-olds, and I'm very scared when it comes to that age group, because they start dating and they get into a relationship, and then they want to always date boys older than their age. You know, they're 16, they want to be with someone that's 18.
Yes.
So it's tricky. It's a tricky question for that one.
Right.
I guess it depends on the parents and how the parents will want to handle it.
Yeah, it really depends, because looking at that relationship, my wife is older than me by almost 6 years. You know, and a relationship, it was great.
It's good, yeah.
It was perfect for us, you know. So I feel like it all depends on the person. And
Definitely.
I'm happy that you're here now. But my advice to you is, don't let that shield or that trauma you've been through stop you from finding the real relationship. Because you're gonna always push people away. And nobody's perfect, because you're not perfect. Anybody you meet, they're not gonna be perfect. Even in the beginning, it's really about teaching and learning with somebody, you know. So it's actually, you want to get to like know somebody that you're probably interested in, they interested in you. You get to know them and teach them, learn with them. You guys grow together, because I feel like the best relationship is when y'all grow together. Yeah. So if you meet somebody and the first thing they do, you run away from it, you're gonna always run away from all relationships. Because somebody gonna always do small stuff, and you're gonna always be running and running, and then you're gonna be 40, 50, still running and running and running. And you picture like being single for so long. You just gotta like, you know, so it's like you gotta take a risk, but still be firm, knowing that you're not gonna deal with certain bullshit that you did deal with in the past with this person, you know. So it's all about learning yourself, meaning that you find yourself right now, but you have to just take it slow and just learn and grow with a person that you feel like you can really see a future with.
Yeah.
You know, so that's my take I would give to you, knowing that you're coming from such a bad relationship and you're traumatized by it. Love always wins. You know, don't be scared to love again, you know, but always be firm and protect your heart. Running away, you're gonna continue to run and run. Teach a person, learn with them. If somebody do something you don't like from the beginning, that's the best time to really correct it, because the beginning is you really shaping your relationship how you want it. So if you let them stuff slide from the beginning, the person get comfortable doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, you have to really put your foot down from the beginning. Like, listen, I don't like that, and we're not gonna proceed if that don't fix. But if you don't feel like something bother you but don't speak about it, they're gonna keep doing it because they don't know it bother you. You know, and then later on when years gone, you're so boiled up because they're doing it for so years, you're so angry, you just take all the angry out. So it's all about communicating and just growing with the person.
I ask, what is it for me? Like, thank you for that. I really appreciate that, Shane. But what is for me that it makes it so hard for me? Like, sometimes I don't even know how to ask myself that question. Like, why is it so hard for me to give somebody an opportunity? Like, I use the excuse, like, it was my past relationship. But what really is it? I think my 3 relationships that I've gone, besides my longest one, is that when I seen the person, it was like love at first sight. I seen the person, I'm like, ooh, this is it. We're gonna make it happen. That's the problem. And I haven't felt that. I have not felt that with anybody else that's been around me. And I've had amazing people in my life that try to be there for me. Good morning text, good night text, how's your day? Like, stuff that I never even got from someone that I was with for 9 years.
Wow.
You know what's so funny? That's how I felt about my husband, right? Because I've been in relationships, but I have never felt that head over heels. I would be like, screw them, I'll dump you in a second. And then when I met Shane, it was just like those butterflies. And
yes, like you just feel like you want to be with them every day. You feel, oh my God, yes. I haven't felt that since I left my last relationship.
That's because I don't really feel like you're gonna love the same every time.
Right.
You're never gonna love like that again.
How did? Can I ask you guys how? Well, can I ask you, Leanne, how did you make it okay when you met Shane and you was like, oh my God, like butterflies, like he's the one, like how did you tell yourself, like, you know?
So we were friends, right? And I wanted to pursue more than that, but I didn't dare, you know, because I felt like the age thing, I was like a little nervous about it. I'm like, I'm older, he's gonna want younger girls and all this stuff. But it was just like unresistible. Like, I knew, even as friends, I would be so excited. Like, yes, I'm going to meet him. Yes, like, like I would be so excited. Just
he is cool as shit though. I mean, he is. I see why though.
Just as friends, and I was like, you know what? One day he was like, I had it, and I was like, I'm gonna let this slip under my hand, and I never felt this before. I just need to let all that shit go, because I was even nervous. I had a kid. He didn't have kids. I was just nervous.
I know you have more on your plate.
Yes, I'm like, I don't want to put that burden on him, and I was like, I'm gonna let all this shit go, and I'm gonna just do it. It was like I was fucking jumping off the roof.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
just
beautiful.
Do it.
And then look at you guys now.
Yep.
Yeah, it's awesome, you know?
Yeah, years later. Many years later.
Best couple. I'm telling you, I love watching you guys.
Thank you.
From day one. Biggest. I don't want to feel like a fan, like, oh my God, but I don't want you guys to be like, get this out of here, you know. But I love you guys so much, and your relationship, what you guys share with us. Thank you guys so much. Could you give not just me, people that watch, Gina, you guys give us motivation to really be like, you know what? Love is love, and you gotta really put the foot out there and try it.
Yes.
As nervous as you get, just try it. At least you could say you tried, you know? And as much as I could give you guys that advice, it's like, why can't I listen to my own advice?
Maybe
I don't know if I'm so like
not ready.
People tell me like I'm too this. And this, to explain to you guys what this means, is too like
hyper.
Not hyper, but I not that I expect much, but like my mom, oh, you're too bougie. That's why you don't want to be with nobody. Everybody wants to be bougie. It's like, not that, Mom.
Stay with your standards. Don't drop your standards for no one. You know, it's
Thank you
come
for that.
around. Stay like that.
Yeah.
Stay like that. If you have standards, or you want to meet a guy who's working and he makes us, you know, and he has himself together, or he has his own crib, his own car, and that's what you want, I say go for it.
Yeah.
Thank you. So there's nothing wrong with that?
Don't settle.
Not at all.
No.
So that's not me feeling like I'm like asking for too much. Like, you ain't gonna find a guy that has
you're not
everything.
though, because if you should dim yourself you're not gonna find the happiness you're looking for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're gonna say for example, because say it becomes so desperate, right? You can't find the person you're looking for. So you know what? I'm gonna settle for somebody I'm not really my type, but I'm gonna settle. It's not gonna be, you're not gonna give your best in a relationship.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be there to tag along, and then you probably end up cheating with somebody when you find a person that you're really looking. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're doing good holding off, and just keep searching. That person who's there, probably watching this video right now, and
thank you so
you just
much.
never know. But always choose your happiness, where you feel like, yo, I have my best interest for this person. This is my type. This is what I'm looking for. I mean, you're not gonna find a perfect person. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta really,
at least they got their credentials.
certain stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Coming-
Certain stuff.
Coming from people that don't know nothing about me at all, I appreciate that, because people that do know me, I don't get this conversation. And this is what I want. I want someone to tell me that I am good enough, that I should be able to look for something that I really want.
Yes.
And it's crazy that I had to come 3 hours down here to really hear that. That really opens up my heart and my mind now to be like, you know what? I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm actually doing something right. And that whole like, you're too bougie, that's not true. It's because I work hard.
Yes.
Right.
I work hard. I like my money. I like to look good. I like my things, and I don't want to have to feel like I have to tag somebody along and take care of them.
Yes.
Right.
You don't
Like
want to be
I've
a
done.
father to no one.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Shane.
Yes.
In the end.
So back to my husband, babe. Let's just say we break up tomorrow.
No, my God, drink something.
Go ahead.
Is there any wood here?
God
Go
forbid,
ahead, baby.
right?
Yeah, no.
God forbid, right? But what would you the plane? Sorry. Yeah. So what would your standards be like? Would you dim them down for a girl?
No, it's all about, like I tell you though, I look for genuinity, like a whole caring a person is, and my wife is top tier. You know what I'm saying? So me gonna have that trauma after, God forbid we break up, I can't even think about it, but if we should be apart from each other, single, whatever, if I'm gonna look for all of you, you know what I'm saying, like certain character that you have, I'm gonna be looking for in that person. If they can't really fulfill it or bring better, it's gonna be hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, I'm not gonna dim it for nothing lower than what I had. I'm really not. So it's all about looking for character, like that's something that intrigued me of the person, that bring out the man in me, that she really bring out. You know what I'm saying? So if a girl can't bring out that man in me that my wife did, it's gonna be really, really hard. You know, it's just certain character that I'm really gonna continue to look for. And then I'm a man, I carry myself with value, so I need to have somebody with that standard as well. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I understand exactly where you're coming from, you know. But some people in the world right now, they're going through the same stuff you went through, probably going through it right now as you speak. You know, and it's hard. Relationship is hard. It's not gonna be easy. A lot of people walk away from relationship when things get rocky, and thinking that they're gonna jump to another one. You're gonna keep jumping. Sometimes you guys can, like, well, if it's fixable, fix it. If it's fixable, you know, you can't really fix a person or teach them to love you, but if they're willing to learn to fix it, to make it better for you, for the sake of your happiness, for the sake of your relationship, sake of your love, you're gonna always win, man. Love overpower everything.
It does. And I could say that I was truly in love with my ex. I mean, 9 years, I ratted it out, but it was just like the fixing and stuff was just too much.
All right.
It was overpowered.
Did you ever get married with him?
No.
Okay.
It would have been nice.
That would have been nice.
It would have been nice, but you know what?
It wasn't meant to be.
It wasn't meant to be. Yeah, it wasn't meant to be. And I'm like I said, I'm so happy the man that I am today, because like I was telling you guys earlier, that I looked at him as a father figure. Not like that, but you know what I mean. Like he was a man in my life that I'd never had. And it feels good to learn from him. He made me the person that I am today. Okay. That's one thing that I would always say. If I ever see him, I'll be like, thank you so much. And he'll be like, why? I'm like, just thank you so much. Because if it wasn't for all that experience, I will not be the hustler that I am today. And hustler in a good way, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will not be the guy that I am today. My standards went up. I know what I want. That's not it. It's not about the party. It's not about the drinking. It's not about the club. It's not about the club scenes. It's not about all that. You know who your real peoples are when you have them there trying to motivate you and make you grow, you know?
Right.
And I told myself, I'm gonna surround myself with people that are doing either what I'm doing or more than me.
Yes.
Right.
Because I want to look up to those people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And that's my thing. And that's why my circle went from 100. I'm all about people. Like back in my little hometown, I'm a little celebrity, you know, because everybody loves me. Oh my God, Tito, Louis. They call me Tito back at home.
Right.
He's like the life of the party. He's fun. He's this, he's that. But I don't want to be comfortable. You guys are too comfortable. They want to still do the same thing. Friday comes around, let's go to the club. I don't want to do that. So, yeah, like it's like do the same thing. I'm like, nah, let's do this. Like, let's save money. You trying to, try to do real estate. You trying to get a building. You want to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to do that now. You know what I'm saying? And people look at me like I'm so stubborn, and it sucks.
No.
It sucks. And from my relationship, I became this person today, and I'm not gonna change for nobody.
I love that.
See, that's a good thing though, because in life, people come in your life for different purpose, right? Sometimes we want them in our life longer than what they should be in our life for, because he came in your life for a good purpose. You become a better person out of it, because he teach you a lot, he taught you a lot, and now you way better, because God sent people in life that we think that we're gonna die old with, whatever, but they're there to teach us a lesson. Teach us a lesson to even make us stronger, make us better for the future, make you a better person. Because I see that you was lacking, you was weak in certain area, and you needed that person to come in your life just to work on those weaknesses. And that maybe that's what he's serving your life. So maybe next person you're gonna meet serving out a purpose, probably gonna die with that person. You never know.
And
you know what I'm saying?
It's crazy you said that, because I've met not people like dating wise, but people in general that I've been talking. Because you start to talk and try to try things out, and what you were saying is like they taught me things and teach me things that I'm like, wow, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh, I needed to hear that.
Yes.
I'm very much into like my crystals now, positive energy. I'm into all that stuff that I was not into before, because they say when you hit 30 you become wiser.
Right.
Now I hit 31, now I'm more wiser. The R is there now. So it's like I'm looking into things like what makes me happy.
Okay.
Now I'm like I was telling you guys in the beginning, I've always been a giver. I've always been caring. I'm always about my family, people all the time. But I told myself this year, guys, that I'm gonna be selfish. I'm gonna be selfish, and I'm gonna put myself first this time.
Right.
And I'm gonna do what makes me happy, what I like to do, and what I have to do.
Right.
Because no one's gonna want to see you as successful as you want to see yourself.
Exactly.
That's right.
So that relationship taught me a lot, and I will always say I am who I am today because of my experience.
Personally, I would say you deserve to be happy. Just let that shield go. And I would also say that I love the fact that you have standards. And yes, you do have standards. It might make it a little bit harder, to find someone that, to find your ideal person.
Yeah.
I also want to say you might not love like you used to love before. The love it probably won't be the same. It'll probably be better, worse, who knows, right? But give it a shot, give it a shot. See if that person could give you butterflies. I don't know. Give it a shot.
That'd be great to get that experience again. It does. It feels good, because sometimes you feel lonely. You put so much work and dedication to your grind, and then you go home and you're just like
alone, right?
See, when you in love, it bring out different type of happiness inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you're not in love, right? But you have family, but like cousin, like your brothers or whatever. And you happy because you have family. Like, I'm laughing, playing game right now. But when you're in love, it's a different type of feeling. It's like you can take on the world. You know what I'm saying? It's like a whole different type of feeling, and I feel like everybody deserves that, because you become a way better person. It just make you a better person, and you just become more at peace. And peace bring forth happiness. This is how I think of love, right? Think of a bad day when you like arguing with your partner, and think of a happy day. Which one you choose? Happiness. I look at happiness as love, because love overpower everything. Rather than the anger days, nobody want to be angry. Nobody want to be fighting every day. I choose happiness, so I choose love. So I choose to spread love in everything and everyone around me. So that's what make my life happy as I am right now, because I choose to spread love, and that brings forth happiness in me, within my heart, in my family, and that's what I choose.
I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
But guys, I want you guys to tune in. You want to say something, babe?
No, I just really, you better tell me when you find somebody.
I'm gonna send you DMs. I'll be like, he's gonna be in the back of me,
like this.
I'll tell you later, okay?
So before we close off, you have anything? What's the best advice could you give to somebody that probably in the same situation as you right now. Like, take it home.
My advice, I will probably have to tell you guys, is that just like I was talking with them, don't put your standards down for anybody. You guys know what you want, you know what your heart wants, and just stay focused. Focus on you, focus on your mental health, your life, your money, your success, what you want to do. Put yourself first and let that other person come. And then make sure when that person does come, make sure that person is okay to be okay where you're at and not try to change you. Because that is the beautiful thing you can always have someone that's gonna ride it out with you. I'm a very religious person. I love my God, and it feels good that I could bring my friends around me and they're okay. Not all of them have to be religious, but they're okay to still let me do my little thing I do every day. I pray with my food, I do all my stuff all the time. So just do you. Be you, make sure you love yourself first, and that other person will come around. And I need to take my own advice. I need to take my own advice, because I be giving it all away, and I'm like, Lewis, why don't you freaking listen to what you just said? Like, hello. But I would say that just do what you gotta do. Make sure you put yourself first before you put anybody else, because lesson learned. My thing with getting into relationships, guys, I put my all to that person, and I forget about myself.
Right.
And then when you start doing you, and then that person see that you're starting to do you, like, oh, why aren't you doing me? Like, why are you all about you now? And then a whole fight starts to happen.
Yes.
So put yourself first, let that person come, and let that person not change you, love you for who you are.
I love that.
Listen, guys, big shout out for Louis for coming out. Listen,
thank you for having me. I appreciate it,
you
guys.
You can shout out your Instagram so people can find you on Instagram.
Guys, my Instagram page is Louis Fashion Swag. That's LuisFashionSwagg. All together one word, Louis Fashion Swag. So go check me out. That's all my social media. I also have my YouTube account. It's Louis Fashion Swag. It's LuisFashionSwagg. Period. Come join the Swaggy gang. Period. And I don't know, maybe I could probably talk to my new friends and hang out here in New York, because I love New York City. I'm a boss. Yeah, I love the city, but living out here is so expensive, especially like where you want to be in a city.
Yeah.
So maybe I can come visit you guys for a cookout.
Yeah, of course.
I can probably see Mom.
Yes, you gotta meet my mom.
Crystal!
You and her
Oh my God.
You gotta come on my table talk though.
Oh yeah, would you?
I would love to come to Table Talk.
Yeah, you have to come on my table talk. So we're gonna set that up.
We'll definitely set that up. And again, thank you so much, guys, for having me here and making me the first one.
Yes, guys. So he's the first on the Car Talk show. But guys, listen, tune in, drop a comment, leave some advice what you guys think about the entire topic, guys. And babe, listen, how you feel over there?
I feel good. I want to say, like, you know, just speaking to you, that I'm sorry you had to go through that. Sometimes people are mean. You know what I mean? People are mean, man. And if you ever do decide to have kids, you know, let them know people are mean. You know, to always teach them that, because it's just a cruel world. It's crazy how you could get someone so innocent and then turn them into a monster. You know, because of your nasty, toxic ways. So it sucks you had to go through it, but me talking to him, he's a great guy. He has his mind right. He's very motivated. So something good happened out of that. He became a shining star. So.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. But try to find love. Don't hold back. You know, don't let nobody hold your love back. And
I just want to stay focused now on
yourself,
on myself, and the stuff that I've been wanting to do. So, but when love does come, I'll make sure that, I don't know how many episodes they're doing, but I will bring my boo thing, and then we can definitely talk together. So, but thank you so much again. I appreciate it, guys. No
problem. Thank you for coming out. You already know. But guys, listen, hope you guys enjoyed this topic, and stay tuned for more. This is our first Car Talk show. Guys, tune in, give us ideas how we can make it better, because we are open to learn and become more better, guys. So it's our first one, so bear with us. But I feel like this was really good. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
this
was good. It was good. Thank you so much for letting me vent.
You know, that's what you're here for.
Yeah, thank you. You know? It's like a free therapy, so y'all take it. Come in, you gotta pay for it. Free therapy.
So it was like,
My counsel is gone.
yeah, it was funny because it was like, it was a little bit harder for me because I had to stare at you from the back end.
Yeah, that's
And
it's
I had to
hard
stare
because
at my
and I
husband
can't
from the
see
back
you, so it's
end.
like I try to
know.
see through the mirror right here. It's hard. So
Yeah.
But it was great, guys.
It was
Yeah,
awesome.
it was good. And I liked it because you guys made it feel like, you know, when you're like in a little circle
Comfortable.
and you feel comfortable. It's not
Yeah.
like an open space, you know, like
Exactly.
it's just
Very
the three of you
cozy.
guys. Yeah. So
all right, so
was
we're gonna
good.
close it off now, guys. Hope you guys enjoy. If you guys want to be on our series car show episode, guys, you know, just follow us on Instagram and just DM us and we can work something out. But stay tuned. Go follow Louis
Fashion Swag.
Fashion Swag, and stay tuned for more episodes, guys. Hope you guys enjoy.
Like, share, subscribe.
We are up.
Bye.